Today on Florida's Sportsman Best Boat, we're going to show you pontoon boats in the 20-foot to 27-foot class that are engineered for use in saltwater and offer exhilarating high performance. The pontoon boat industry has been redesigned. High-performance hulls and twin and triple pontoon configurations have replaced craft from past years that mushed along with small outboards. The pontoon boats being manufactured today are engineered to handle V6 outboards exceeding 300 horsepower, have plush seating and fishing features that rival many fiberglass center console boats. Some key features to look for in this class of pontoon boats are: if you want to fish off your pontoon boat, a center console layout would be ideal. No pinch hinges on the gates will keep little fingers safe when the kids are aboard. A large bimini top will protect you from the Florida sun and allow you to stay out on the water longer. Pedestal fishing seats add a whole new dimension to a pontoon boat, making it a great fishing platform. Comfortable helm seating gives you the feeling of driving a luxury RV. Multiple live wells and a tackle station add to the fishability of a pontoon. Sturdy fencing with gates gives you a secure feeling, especially with kids on board, and makes getting on and off of the boat much easier. Lounge seating with storage below allows you to take several passengers in comfort and have ample room to store your gear. Non-skid decks are far superior to carpet in a marine environment and are easier to clean. Join our hosts Dave East and Rick Riles as they feature 3 pontoon boats that are designed to take the family out in style, but also allow fishermen to cast a line in freshwater for bass and are equally at home in the bay fishing for snook or trout. They are the Silverwave 230 Island CC. With an overall length of 23 feet 10 inches, a beam of 8 feet 6 inches, and max horsepower rating of 150. Bennington SX22. With an overall length of 22 feet 8 inches, a beam of 8 feet 6 inches, and max horsepower rating of 150. And the Fiesta Family Fisher Beachcomber 24, with an overall length of 24 feet, a beam of 8 feet 6 inches, and max horsepower rating of 150. They'll be conducting walkthroughs, test drives, and reviewing key features, all to help you decide if this is the best boat for you.
Welcome to this episode of Best Boat. I'm Dave East, boating editor of Florida Sportsman magazine.
And I'm Rick Riles, program director of Florida Sportsman Radio.
Well, if you want to get out on the water, you want to take a lot of people, including the family or a lot of fishing buddies, and you want to do it in comfort, I don't think there's any better way than a pontoon boat.
Well, it's all about taking a lot of people, you're right. But my goodness, those things are evolving. That's the only thing they used to be good for, was taking a lot of people. We called them pickle barges or party barges. Not anymore, son. The boats we're gonna go through are set up to fish. They're set up to ski behind, to snorkel, to dive. They're really set up nice.
Well, you know what I find that's kind of weird about a pontoon boat is we travel the state a lot with the magazine. And you go down to the Keys, you see a lot of flats boats. You know, you go off of Jupiter, you see a lot of offshore boats. As you travel the state, you see a certain category of boat that's more prevalent in that area. Pontoon boats are everywhere. I don't care if you're in the middle of the state on Lake Okeechobee, if you're in Pensacola on the Panhandle, Jacksonville where you're from, or down in the Keys. Everywhere we go, they're pontoon boats.
Right, they started inland. I mean, they came from fresh water, and they had to battle that stigma for a long time. Oh, don't take that thing in salt water, it'll rust and sink. No, it won't. The new ones are designed for salt water, and man, they are a very solid fishing platform in salt water.
I don't know of any other boat that can carry that many people, be that stable, or that versatile. The 3 that we brought today, they're similar in the fact that they've got family and fishing combined together. You've got the Silverwave, you've got the Bennington, and you've got the Fiesta. And what all 3 of these boats favor in the fact that you can take the family out, you can go to the sandbar, you can go fishing, you can do a lot of stuff in the boat. But then if you look at the boats individually, you'll see that they are a little bit different.
Right, right. Some of them are tweaked for hardcore fishing, and oh, by the way, you can bring the family. Others are set up for the family. Let's make sure everybody's comfortable, and then we'll do some fishing. So none of them are perfect at everything. Each one of them have got very good strong points. So.
Well, if we've sparked your curiosity about what a pontoon boat is as it's built today, stay tuned. You're going to like this episode.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with more Florida Sportsman Best Boat. This segment brought to you by JL Audio, how we play.
At Yamaha, reliability is a family tradition. Meet the next generation. 4 new advanced technology-inspired inline 4-cylinder performers. Bred from the reliability and boater satisfaction that is part of Yamaha's DNA. They prove that when power gets lighter, faster, stronger, and smarter, boating gets even better and more satisfying for boaters like you.
Welcome back to Florida Sportsman Best Boat. This week, we're featuring pontoon boats in the 20-foot to 27-foot class.
All right, this is a Silver Wave 230 Island CC. And what I love about this boat is it's a true pontoon with a pair of pontoons. It's got a good size motor, which is a 140. If you want a little bit more performance, but don't want to take that leap into the big tri-toon, this is a great, great match.
And the whole reason for a boat like this, Dave, is to be able to take a lot of people with you. What you've got here is a big stable platform, hence the pontoon design. That's what it's designed for. And this one really lays out the inside well and makes it accommodating for more people than most of the pontoon boats we've looked at.
Oh, absolutely, especially the way they've got the features on this boat. We both love the forward center console. That's awesome. And then you've got the pinchless hinges for little fingers, and then the big giant bimini top. Those are three things that really stand out among all the features that they put on this boat. All right, up here in the bow, what I like about this fishing layout is you've got two seats. Normally you don't see this kind of stuff other than like on a bass boat, but if we're gonna put a trolling motor on the front, what the boat's pre-wired for it, we could sit here and you could work down a shoreline just as if you were in a bass boat. I love the layout of the bow of this boat because you can either fish, you have drink holders. Down this side, we've got a built-in rod holder for your rods that are laying there horizontally, and then you've got a live well here in the front seat of the console.
Let me tell you, you don't see enough live wells, of course, on pontoon boats if you're going to fish out of them.
Well, we both like the console placement, so let's go back there and look at it and talk a little bit more about it.
Here's what I love about this console. Look where it's positioned on the boat. You can have 5, 6 guests, and they're all behind you, okay? The reason for putting consoles in the back is rough water. Rough water is not so much a factor with a pontoon boat. Having it up here is perfect for you to be able to see where you're going, keep you safe. You've got regular rod holders for the side of your console. This is well laid out. And let me tell you something, this seat feels like you're in a motorhome.
Well, you look comfortable. The seat slides, the wheel tilts, and a typical fishing boat, especially here in Florida, is a center console. So some guy that wants a pontoon boat for the family but doesn't want to give up his fishing boat, maybe it's a macho thing, you know, I gotta have my fishing boat, but you still have it. You've got live wells, you've got a center console that he may be accustomed to in his other boat. So really they blended these two together perfect. All right, check this out. I'm gonna put my hand in here, I'm gonna run the door through the full arc, and look, you can't pinch your hand in these hinges. That's something that's unique to this boat that Silver Wave builds that you just don't see on other pontoon boats.
Well, not only that, but every time, you know what this is like? This is like building a playroom, okay? When you build a playroom on your house, you take all the hazards out because you know you're gonna have kids on a boat like this. What a great idea. They can't pinch their hands in the hinges.
Well, as you bring your family aboard too, you've got these two lounges in the back. Lots of storage underneath, so you're gonna have places for your PFDs and for your water toys, ski ropes, towels, all the stuff you're gonna bring with you out on the boat. But what a super comfortable place to sit or to lay down.
Man, you were right. What a step in the evolutionary process of bimini tops, okay? Sturdy, snaps in place, no straps to mess with. Heck, it's even got LED lights in it.
Well, it does. It's got a stern light here in the back, and look where they placed it. This is what I like about the fact that this is a fishing boat. You can fish from the back, your poles aren't going to hit it. You can fish from the front and your poles aren't going to hit it, but the shade is where it belongs, right here at the helm and at the lounge seats.
Let's step into the cockpit. Go back here and see what they got for fishermen. Check this out. We're not ready to go fishing. Rod racks, live well, most comfortable seating you'll ever find. Give me a lake full of speckled perch. I'm ready to go.
Well, even if you're going to take this boat in saltwater, because you can, because this is a saltwater series boat, the alloys and the aluminum are made for a saltwater environment. You could drift a flat for trout, you could take it to Lake Owen, catch specks, you could take it up on the panhandle for white trout. It's really a boat that'll fish anywhere in this state.
Huh. Name me a boat you can put 6 or 7 people on and still draft under a foot of water. I mean, just think about the practicality of having that.
And right here at the stern gate, right behind it is a really, really big ladder that folds down. Because face it, in this boat, you're gonna hit the sandbar, you're gonna go snorkeling, you're gonna pull water toys. They made it really, really easy to get back into the boat with this ladder.
Right, and even like today, we've got a dog with us, okay? How perfect is having the side gate and the gate back here to make it easy for her to get in and out?
Well, if you're looking for a pontoon boat that's got to do a little bit of everything, take the family, maybe go fishing. You want a little bit more performance than the smaller pontoon boats with the little engines, but you don't want to take that great big step, like we said before, with the big tri-toon and the great big giant outboard. This boat is perfect.
You know what this boat is? It's a platform to fish on too. Your fishing rods are not an add-on on this boat, they're part of the boat.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with more Florida Sportsman Best Boat. This segment brought to you by Yamaha. Reliability starts here.
Yamaha's next generation V6 4-strokes are changing the game.
Mid-range power was awesome.
Fuel, the burn, it's unbelievable.
Couldn't believe the speed and the fuel economy is pretty impressive.
I mean, I couldn't believe the power. It was like it was more like doing a quarter mile on a drag strip.
And them things are like, it's a whole nother game. So I made the switch.
Experience the difference for yourself during the Yamaha Discover V6 Offshore Demo Tour. See why we call it the game changer.
Welcome back to Florida Sportsman Best Boat. This week, we're featuring pontoon boats in the 20-foot to 27-foot class.
Okay, now let's take a look at Bennington's SX22. This is part of their saltwater series of pontoon boats. The first thing you're going to notice that it's actually a tri-toon. It's got 3 sponsons underneath the hull.
You want to hear a prediction?
What's that?
Don't be shocked when you start seeing these things at the jetties offshore. Imagine a bay boat that seats 14 people.
Well, and you know, it's funny you say that because a lot of people are transferring over to the pontoon industry out of fiberglass boats because they've become very, very useful. It's a boat that you can take offshore. They're actually building them to stand up to a marine environment. They're using tinned wire and stainless fasteners, things you used to not see years ago on a pontoon boat, but now a lot of these saltwater series boats are built to take out in saltwater.
That's right, and what they're doing is they're overcoming a stigma. There's a stigma about a pontoon boat. You know, you're floating in the lily pads, watching TV while you spec fish. That's not it. Those days are gone. These boats are ready to fish. These are actually fishing boats that just seat a whole lot more people and ride surprisingly comfortable. It's evolving, Dave. It's getting to where these things are going to become and are becoming first-class fishing machines.
Well, if you want to see how these pontoon boats have evolved, step aboard this Bennington with us.
Dave, let me know if my bobber goes down, will you?
Yeah, you wish. When's the last time you sat on a boat with seats this comfortable?
That comfortable and fish? I promise you, it's been a long time. Oh, by the way, if I need a new live shrimp, there's one right here.
Well,
okay, here's my own personal live well.
Well, I've got storage compartment and a cup holder on this side.
Well,
so
wait till you see this live well they've got back here. I gotta tell you, this thing is cool. You're gonna see more of them where serious fishing goes on. Hey, you want to talk about a live well setup? We got a big release well if you want a tournament fish out of this, and we got standard live wells, but check out this model, okay? If you want to go catch you some specks, my boy, you just put your speck minnows in that bucket and it lowers right in the live well. Got a place for it right there, keep water going through it. Ain't that something?
Well, that's a huge live well. I mean, that's big enough for you to be a jacuzzi. And normally you're not going to see a live well this big on a pontoon boat, but if you're going to do a lot of live bait fishing, man, this is awesome. Well, right behind you is the potty we were talking about earlier, because if you're going to take your family out, and especially if you've got women and kids on board, you need to have a potty. Well, too, we've got a fence on both sides that opens, the little gates. And what's nice about this is if you're going to get off at the sandbar, or if you're going to dive or you're going to snorkel off the boat, but more importantly at the dock. With that gate open, it's so much easier to get on and off this boat, not having to climb over the wall. You can just walk through the open gate. You know what's crazy about this helm? This seat is just as plush and comfortable as the ones in the bow. And the way they've got it laid out, my visibility is not obstructed. This is just as comfortable as any other place in the boat to sit, but yet you drive from here.
Oh, I agree with you. I love the low windshield. I'm so sick of either having water spots smear my vision or not being able to see over the top of it. That's all you need. What about this? Talk about taking a nap or laying out or spending the night. I mean, how ideal is this whole lounge seat? Behind it, the best release well and tackle station setup you're ever going to see on a fishing boat.
Well, too, their bimini placement's perfect, because if we were to open this bimini top right now, it would cover us comfortably here, everyone on the lounge, everyone here at the helm, but yet it still leaves your bow open for fishing and leaves your stern open for fishing, so you can get the shade that you want, but it's not going to get in the way.
I mean, let's face it, the whole idea of pontoon boats is size, and look at the width. I mean, you've got enough length and enough width to carry on 2 or 3 activities at the same time.
Well, let's say we're going to do multiple anglers. We've got 2 guys in the front, now we've got 2 additional seats in the back, so you can put 4 people fishing at the same time comfortably, but yet they're far enough apart you don't have to worry about lines tangling or anything like that.
And they've each got their own live well. I mean, there's a lot of fishing thought, if you will, a lot of fishing ideas that went into building this boat.
Well, there's one aft live well that's in the center. Let's check it out.
Talk about laying it out for fishing. Giant live well, giant tackle boxes, okay? Here's a measurement for my fish, right across here, all laid out. And look, here's a little baby measurement for your fish on the stern. Every inch of this boat has got fishermen in mind.
Well, it does, and the fact that they've got it all right here in the stern of the boat, you don't need to leave this area. You've got your seats, you've got your rod holders, cup holders, you have your release well, tackle storage, live well. Once you get back here and you get on the station and you're ready to fish, you don't have to move.
Let me tell you what this boat has done, okay? Now, when serious fishermen sit down to talk about what kind of boat they need next, this boat has entered the conversation. You can't have a conversation about a boat to fish in the bay, fish close offshore, and not consider a boat like this as an option.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with more Florida Sportsman Best Boat. This segment brought to you by Garmin. Fight your fish, not your fish finder.
The Panoptics is the future of fishing. We can see our lures coming in. We can choose the proper lures for the depth of fish are in. It makes fishing so much easier when you go to a new body of water, because now you can really identify with the bass, figure out where they're feeding, what depth they're at, and really learn how they're reacting to your lures. To be able to see that kind of stuff and understand it and then interpret it, put it into your game, unbelievable.
When filming for Florida Sportsman Best Boat, the cast and crew stayed at Pirates Cove Resort and Marina in Stuart, Florida. Family owned and operated, featuring 50 renovated rooms with an outstanding restaurant and a full-service 50-slip marina. Welcome back to Florida Sportsman Best Boat. This week, we're featuring pontoon boats in the 20-foot to 27-foot class.
Okay, we're going to look at the Fiesta Beachcomber. She's 24 feet long, and this is part of their Family Fisher line. You know, and if I had to pick 2 words that best describe this type of pontoon, I don't think I could come up with 2 better words than Family Fisher.
Yeah, you know what, you're right. But we've had some boats that were designed for hardcore fishing that you could bring the family along. This is a boat that specializes in the family, but you don't have to give up your fishing to do it.
Well, also what I like about it is made for saltwater. It's a Florida company. They've always built saltwater-ready boats, and this is a boat that is absolutely at home here on the beach with the saltwater behind it.
See, you and I first saw pontoon boats in that whole Kentucky, Alabama, Georgia area where the lakes are big, and we thought that's great. It'd never make it in Florida. They'd rust out. No, 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 no. Fiestas are built in Florida. They're built for the Florida environment. They're built to withstand sun, sand, and salt water. All right, that's the basis of their company. They build a boat that's ready to fish in salt waters of Florida.
Well, another thing too you're going to encounter in saltwater is it's going to be rougher. I mean, lakes, yeah, they get rough, but saltwater gets really, really rough.
3 things that stood out to me right away. Very sturdy, foam-filled fencing with 4 doors, access from almost anywhere. Not only plenty of seating, but easy storage under the seating. And let me tell you something, carpeted decks are real pretty and all that. I'm a fisherman, I can't live with that. I like the fiberglass deck a lot.
Well, let's get a little bit closer look at this Family Fisher.
See, here's what I'm talking about. If you're gonna do a lot of things, you need to be able to carry a lot of things with you. This is a great couch for 2 people to sit on. But look at how neatly it folds out into a ton of storage all the way down to the deck. So carry your fishing stuff here, carry your water toys in the back. You've got a place to put everything.
Well, the fact that they've put this together with fishing and family, I like that, because you've got the family, like you said, you got places for family to sit down, you got a lot of storage. On this side, you have a fishing seat, so you haven't gone too much toward the fishing, you haven't gone too much toward the luxury and lounge. Good blend between the 2.
Let me tell you something, you're gonna bring the family, here's the reason why this might be a great boat for you. Check out our rod holder grill right here, all right? We got a sink with fresh water. Well, you can make lunch right here, you're out of everybody's way. It's perfect. And don't forget the live well. It's a very functional well. It'll keep everything from minnows to blue runners.
Well, if you look inside too, it's blue. I know that a lot of the offshore guys swear by that, but it just goes to show that they didn't just say, oh, we just have to have a live well. They put some real thought into it. Okay, one of the features that all pontoon boats have is they've got a fence that encompasses about 360 degrees, and it's really cool, especially for little kids, even for older adults. When you get out in rough water, this is something great to hang on to. But what Fiesta did, they went a little step further with theirs. This is foam that's sandwiched on both sides by aluminum. It's a very, very, very sturdy fence.
Yeah, the fence is fine all the way around, especially when you're dealing with young children, but you gotta have gates. We got 4 gates, very strategically placed. You can get on the boat from any angle. But let's go back to the heart and soul of a pontoon boat. This is where this boat really excels, in the cockpit. Comfortable?
Oh, very comfortable.
Don't you feel your heart rate just drop 10 points when you sit down?
Look, I've said it before and I'll say it again. A pontoon boat is the most comfortable boat you can possibly ride on.
It is. It's a stress-free environment. You just feel relaxed when you're on them. I know that a lot of it's psychological, but you can't get away from it. It's real, brother.
Now, earlier you said you can make lunch up there at the galley. Well, this is where you sit down to eat it. It's perfect, the fact that they've laid the boat out to where it's a comfortable place for everyone to sit. It's got a giant bimini. You open the bimini up, and where you're gonna spend a lot of your time lounging, you're covered and you're out of the sun.
And I'm gonna do all of it while I'm drifting across my favorite flat for trout, because it's every bit the fishing boat that a fishing boat is. It's just a whole lot more relaxing.
Well, if you want to turn it up a little bit too, let's move further aft, because you've got a dive ladder back here. You can absolutely take this boat snorkeling. It's got a tow bit. It's perfect for towing water toys. Pull a boogie board, you can pull a big tube or whatever. So the back of the boat is just as much fun as the front of the boat. You're going to get the boat dirty. The fact that they've got a fiberglass floor in this boat is great, because carpet, you know, it looks good, but you put carpet in a harsh Florida environment, it's not going to last long. And face it, carpet's hard to clean.
And something that I deal with every trip that you never have to worry about is fish blood. And if fish blood gets in the carpet, you can talk about getting it out all you want to. I've never been able to.
Well, even just the sand gets ground in carpet and it gets musty, and now you got to worry, where are you going to store the boat? You really don't want to put a cover on it unless that carpet's completely dry. This boat, you can rinse it off. Upkeep's going to be super, super easy. You can pop a cover on it if you want, and you don't have to worry about that carpet below there getting moldy and mildewy.
Their goal is everything you need and nothing you don't.
State-of-the-art materials, stainless steel fasteners, and tinned wire are used to create a saltwater series of pontoon boats, which will last in a marine environment. The stability and deck space of a pontoon boat is unsurpassed, making them one of the most spacious boats for their length on the water. The ability to blend family and fishing features into one boat with enhanced performance is the reason a pontoon boat may be the best boat for you.
Okay, now you see what we're talking about. If you've never experienced a pontoon boat, hopefully we've shed a little light on how versatile these boats are.
That was a lot of fun. I mean, that really was. If you haven't been on one in a few years, get yourself on a pontoon boat and check out what they're doing now.
Okay, with the features that we've showed you, no matter what manufacturer you're looking at, these are the things you're really going to want to look at if you're going to buy a pontoon boat, especially if you're going to use it in a saltwater environment. Okay, if you want more information on the 3 pontoon boats you've seen today, or really all of the boats that we've tested this season of Best Boat, go to our website, floridasportsman.com, go to the boating page, and click on the Best Boat link.
Or we'll see you next week on another edition of Florida Sportsman Best Boat.
Be sure to join us next week as we look at 23 to 25 foot center consoles on Florida Sportsman Best Boat. Each month, turn to Florida Sportsman for the best in boating and fishing coverage.